Hi guys, it's me, Susan. It's day, what is it? 65. Oh, time to go on Medicare. Day 65 of the Cancer Club. I've totally gone crazy, as you see. I'm modeling some new outfits for you. The What happened was yesterday I had so much fun doing the deal in my little exercise clothes and stuff that even though I did complete my workout yesterday, so I didn't have to do one today, I decided after I came home and I walked Jolie and I was in my dog walking clothes that because it's like very cold outside, just big sloppy, sweatpants and sweatshirts and everything. So I went through that same process of thinking, okay, I'm going to change. I don't want to just I've stopped wanting to just change into my pajamas and just sort of slouch around the whole evening. So I came home and decided to put workout clothes on again. This is just sort of like a t-shirt. I mean, I would wear this out. It's not necessarily a workout shirt, but it's form fitting, kind of tight, and got those famous leggings on. This hat is actually, I made it about 8 years ago. These are all little gems that I glued on here and some little red hat stuff. We had a little competition in our red hat group to decorate ball caps. So I've always liked the way this one turned out, even though I didn't win, which I should have. But I voted for somebody else, and if I had voted for myself, I might have won. So there, you should always vote for yourself if you have a chance and nobody gets to know about it. And the other thing about wearing a ball cap is normally I don't really like to, because it ends right above my, if you remember my giant 3-inch ears. Here they are. Here's one. Look at that. There's the other one. Especially now that my hair is thin. Before, there would be a whole bunch of hair here and it would just be sticking out. But anyway, since I've done my ear thing with y'all, I decided that doesn't matter anymore. My ears can show and I don't have to feel bad about that. So it was kind of like an attitude thing. It was, and in fact, a few minutes ago, I put on some music, actually the workout music that I use, and did stretches and kind of danced around. And that's what I mean by I've gone crazy, really, because that's not like me at all. We'll see how long this lasts. Maybe it's just temporary insanity. But I think also the idea of dressing the part a little bit, dressing in, the leggings especially do it for me. I'm used to just slopping around in jeans or sweats. And it feels like, I don't know, it feels more active. It feels like you want to move or something like that. So I figured I'd try it, even though I don't actually have a workout to do, and I ended up moving more than I normally would. So I'm going to stick with that until it doesn't work anymore. But just keep that in mind, sort of dress the part, when you have a chance. Sometimes it's like, oh, I'm too lazy, I don't want to, change clothes, or I'll just wear my pajamas or something like that. And I think it does something subtle to your attitude when you do that. Like, even if I've got people that are, what would I say? Oh, they're not working, they don't have anywhere to go during the day, and maybe they're a little depressed. I really urge them to get up and get a shower and get dressed. Don't sit around in your pajamas all day. It's a downer. It kind of pulls you into the pit a little bit more. But anyway, the other thing that I experimented with tonight while I was walking Jolie was standing up straight. Now I see I've got a shadow here, so I'm not really sure. I have to stand a little closer, I think. Standing up straight. Yeah, there's another shadow over there. I'll get rid of that. Move that thing. Anyway, it's not something you give a lot of thought to. Most people don't give a lot of thought to their posture. But I have noticed that when I am consciously aware, thinking about my posture and making an attempt to improve it, it does something. Again, it's a sort of subtle little effect that it has on your feelings about yourself, or your feelings about yourself in the world. So while I was walking Jolie, I was practicing first. Tend to just sort of hunch my shoulders a little bit. So I was practicing dropping my shoulders and then just moving them back a little bit. Like not ridiculous or anything, but just a little bit. And then as your shoulders go back, your head sort of wants to come up. I think that was the origin of the expression chin up, when they're trying to tell you to, don't let things get you down. Chin up. Put your shoulders back and your chin up. And then the other thing is kind of hold your stomach in a little and push your pelvis, push your butt a little bit under. It's sort of like you're lined up from your ear, through your shoulder, through your hip. And then walk that way, and walk keeping your head up, assuming you don't trip over the sidewalk or something like that. But it's sort of, as I walked along, and I was experimenting with different ways, like my normal walk, kind of like whatever, and then straightening up a little bit, dropping my shoulders and putting them back. I almost felt like I was walking, like people, if someone saw me, they'd say, well, she's certainly cocky. Who does she think she is? I doubt that anybody would think that, but that's almost like it felt like I was like, okay, bring it on, And I think that's a good, it's a positive attitude to have. And it may have carried over a little bit. I have a usual struggle that I have about eating, especially in the evenings, because there's more flexibility. I'm not sort of on a schedule like I am for breakfast and lunch. I'm going to the office or coming home for lunch, going back to the office. I don't have a lot of time to get in trouble. But in the evenings I do. And I could tell I had a plan of what I was going to eat for dinner. And I could feel it eroding. It was like, if you remember when I talked about the three, like your head and your mouth and your stomach, I could feel it eroding because my mouth was like, I want more food. Food is good. Please give me more. And in the past few months, I think I've been yielding to that, partly out of feeling like, well, I've got cancer, so I get to do whatever I want, or I'm not feeling well, whatever. But I've noticed in the last few weeks, I've been putting some pounds back on. I'm actually over my new red line, which is lower than my old one, but it's more a more healthy red line. Excuse me. So I have to be more mindful now. And so with my new kind of shoulders back and head up thing, I noticed myself starting to weaken. I eat in the kitchen. I eat standing up because I sit all day and I can't stand it. So, I can't stand sitting, so I stand. Instead of sitting, I stand because I can't stand sitting. But I knew I had to get out of the kitchen, first of all, but I was weakening. So I kind of compromised. I ended up eating a bunch of cottage cheese, which it was like eating, but it wasn't as bad as some of the stuff I could have eaten. And then I headed to the bathroom and brushed my teeth, which is my tried and true method of ending eating for the evening, because to me, my toothbrushing routine is kind of elaborate. Not super. I've shortened it a little bit, but I floss and I brush for 2 minutes with my electric toothbrush and do mouthwash, and I don't want to have to do that again. I have a rule that I can't go to bed having eaten without having brushed my teeth. So if I eat again after doing it, then I've got to do it all over again, and that seems to work for me. I don't know if it would for you or not, but it works as a little kind of line in the sand that I draw. So I did cave a little bit to eat the cottage cheese, but it was a preferable substitute to like a couple of pieces of bread with peanut butter on them. That might be something that I would have done, just yesterday or the day before. Probably did, actually. And then I knew I've got to get out of this kitchen, and I did. And that's when I also put on this top, and this hat, and started thinking about what I was going to do tonight. I actually even put on a blonde wig, but I decided that would cause too much commotion among my viewers, so I'm not quite ready to do that yet. It was pretty funny though. I was dancing. I was going to dance for you to my Rihanna song, "The Only Girl in the World," with my blonde wig on. That may still happen, but it isn't going to happen tonight. Plus, I can't figure out a way to use the video plus play the music. Once I figure that out, since they're both on the phone, once I figure that out, maybe I'll have to do that. I actually made up a dance that I wanted to get a video on YouTube, and this may be my opportunity. But more on that another time. Anyway, those are some strategies that some of them I already was using, like the teeth brushing thing, and some of them, like the clothes thing, just came out of last night. How much fun I had and how good I felt. And then the stand up straight and put your shoulders back and put your butt underneath you and put your chin up. That all is something that came out while I was walking tonight with Jolie, and just felt good. I wanted to share it with you. Okay, that's all for tonight. I see that I'm up to 11 minutes. This is a very bad trend, but at least I'm having fun. Hopefully you are. I got some good feedback about my post last night, so we'll see if we can keep on having fun with this. And until tomorrow, I will urge you to live well, laugh often, and love much. And bye now. I'll see you tomorrow on the Cancer Club. Take it easy.